trust me when I say that you are about to see a lot of this so far, because I just spent the last 30 days watching 30 films. I am an aspiring cinematographer, filmmaker, scriptwriter. I honestly don't know where I want to go into film. I just know I'm destined to be there. However, I have basically watched 10 films in my life, 3 of them being Toy Story. And that is like not even a joke, like I'm really bad. I just don't really understand enough. I can't call myself an aspiring filmmaker, I feel like a fraud. So I challenged myself with watching 1 film every day for the last 30 days. This is that story. Okay, first of all, call me an activist because I'm actually coming on YouTube with like the worst skin I've ever had. Oh, we all have our moments, and who am I to hide my true self? Anyway, it is day 1 and it is 12 Angry Men Day. Never heard of this film until I was doing research for this video, like literally never in my life. And it's my first ever black and white film. It's gonna be interesting, but I think it's good to like throw myself in the deep end. And if I can do this on day 1, then I can watch anything, right? I literally just finished. Why was that so good? I was definitely wrong for prejudging that film just because it was in black and white. One room. Also, I have never seen better exposition. I felt like I had such a picture of the scene, and we never even saw who was being prosecuted. We never saw like any clips from the courtroom. Like that would never happen in a film today. You would have either a 2.5, 3 hour long film or a 4-part mini-series about this. With a black and white film, call me judgmental, but I'm like, anyone who likes a black and white film from 1957 is just saying it to be quirky and different. But no, I get it. Like, I actually really get it. Like, what a good way to start this challenge. I've actually like got so much hope now for this challenge. I might have to give it a 10 out of 10. We're starting off with a bang. That was a really, really good film. I remember this day. It was a triumph. I was actually really impressed. But then... Okay, so today is American Psycho Day. It was definitely psychotic. I think the whole point of it is if you're not meant to know if it's reality or his fantasies. And I do think they did a good job of that, because towards the end, when he had that mass killing, I was like, is this real or is this not? So if that was their goal, then I think they did a good job, but you can't win them all, I guess. There's such a magic to these older films. It just feels crisper. I don't know if that's like a weird way to describe it. And I think nowadays, potentially some films are just a money grab from studios, or just because, you know, they're gonna be popular and like commercialized. Whereas I can really see with older films that it was just genuinely out of like a love of their craft. Whereas now I feel like we're kind of losing that in some aspects. Are we serious? Okay, I just finished Alien and I feel like what I'm about to say is genuinely like cancelable. From what I've seen online, anybody that doesn't love this film is like the worst person in the world. I'm gonna put myself in the firing line and say, I don't know if I loved Alien. I honestly wouldn't give it more than like a 6, 5, 4? No, I'm joking. Just personal opinion. I can watch it and understand why people love it, and considering it was in 1979, like it was way ahead of its time, and I commend it for that. So yeah, sorry, don't hurt me. One thing I really noticed, especially early on in this journey, is that I really wanted to like the classics, the ones that everyone is like is their favourite film, and I was scared of liking the more basic answers. I mean, even now I still feel a bit scared to put these opinions out there, because I'm like, how am I going to go into film if I don't like some of these classics that everyone loves? I just finished Casablanca. I've never ever been a romance girl, but I really like this. The 2 black and white films are top of the list, and we're on film like 5 now. Also, similar to 12 Angry Men, Casablanca was basically one set. What is it with these films having such incredible stories with one set? I feel like nowadays everyone's just trying to do bigger and better, whereas less was more back then. I don't think it was a bad film, I just don't think it was my film. I was just waiting for it to be over, and it's a long film, it's 2 hours. How am I 19 and I've never watched Die Hard? Like, just great acting, great stakes. I actually felt like scared for John, even though he obviously has plot armor. Just 10/10. And I felt like this is a really basic bitch answer to give, like a really basic movie to have in my #1 spot, but I'm sorry, like it really was really good. And sometimes it would genuinely like upset me when I didn't like something that I really wanted to like, especially when it was from companies that I have like always dreamed of working with. It's day 0, I came up with this video idea today, but I really want to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, so I'm just going to watch it today. What have I heard? I love A24, I want to work with or for them in the future, so it feels kind of wrong to not have watched like one of their most popular films. I've never heard anything bad about this film. It's a lot like quirkier than I expected. Yeah, I don't really know how to feel right now about it. I feel like the last time I spoke to you was right before it got good. I feel like it all came together in the last like 45 minutes, whereas before that it really was like everything everywhere all at once. Okay, it's about a week later and it's the actual day I was meant to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I think I'm gonna have to move my rating down after watching other ones. It just doesn't really compare. It just wasn't my vibe. That one actually still stings. It was the film I was most excited for, and I don't know, maybe I just need to watch it again. The universe clearly knew I was filming this video because this month was like really big for new releases. I might be like biased by having been in the cinema, but that was a really great experience. Very like audience friendly. They couldn't have like gone into the scandalous stuff considering his nephew was playing him. But amazing performances, amazing singing. Out of breath.
This, the Brera.
I just watched The Devil Wears Prada 2, and as far as sequels go, I was impressed. Maybe I'm biased because it's just such a classic, so I did give it a 10 out of 10, and I feel like maybe that's a bit of a hot take on this list when it's meant to be about cinematics and stuff, but it just made me feel good, and that's what film is meant to do. It's meant to entertain, and it did just that. It's given me a bit of an identity crisis because now I just want to like change all of my fashion, but that's for another video. Hi, it's a different voiceover Jamie. You'll meet me later. I just had to come back and say this was not a 10 out of 10 film. I definitely was suffering from like recency bias here. It was good, but I would say it's like a 7, 7.5, 8 on a good day. So it took 9 days for me to find a film that I like actively disliked rather than liked. Okay, my review from Silence of the Lambs is what the f***. I was confused. I have lots of questions. I was disgusted. Also, was the Bill guy transgender? Like, what was his goal? Why was the woman that was down in the hole so ungrateful when she was literally getting saved? The dog was really irritating as well. So, and more worryingly is there's someone close to me that says that that is their favourite film. So I'm going to have to bring that up with them because I'm a bit worried what that says about them. Okay, I think whilst we're like talking about ones I didn't particularly love, the next one I didn't actively dislike. Don't get it twisted. But it kind of is at the bottom of the list. So I think let's just like get it out of the way because I know that this is definitely a controversial take. And I'm genuinely, like, my heart rate has just increased. Like, I genuinely am scared. Yeah, The Matrix, there were some really beautiful shots. Like, the slow-mo shots I really thought were, like, cool. I just don't know if sci-fi is my genre, maybe. I think what this challenge is revealing is that I actually have a very bad taste in films, because so far the top films are the most basic. Forrest Gump. Okay, so going into Forrest Gump, I'm honestly not feeling too optimistic because I feel like I watched it fleetingly as a child and all I remember is that scene of him running. That's literally it. I don't know the plot, I don't know what it's about, and yeah, I don't remember enjoying that one scene, so we're gonna...
Forrest, we're on.
Mum. I don't think it's a film that I necessarily learned skills from, but Actually, no, I don't know if that's true because I feel like it has good cinematography and it does have really good storytelling and characters, so maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so Inception was interesting. I think it was like a gorgeous concept, but like I genuinely thought I had like started like 20 minutes in because you're like really thrown into it and I had no idea what was going on. So it does take a bit of time to like understand what's going on, and I don't know if I fully do, but like visually it was stunning. Going into it, I was a bit skeptical. Great film, honestly. Really, really good film. And that final part where he goes off into like heaven. Also, the way they presented that kind of ghost life where you think he survived, but then you look back and it's his dead body. Like, why was I not mentioning any of this? Like, such a good film. I was so glad when I not only just like liked Ghost, but genuinely really enjoyed and like loved it as a film. I'm making this seem way worse than it is. I did genuinely enjoy quite a few classics, iconic films, some may say. Point Break, 10s across the board. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. What a good film. Also, side note, potentially this did boost the rating. Keanu Reeves, I didn't know he had it like that. Such a good film, such good characters. The story, I cannot believe that ending. That ending, like, I feel like that's pretty good for me. Like, that's not a basic answer, right? Why do I actually feel bad for myself watching this back? I'm like, I was so scared to say I like a movie, just as bad as I'm scared to say I dislike a movie. Like, let's stand 10 toes down, Jamie. I would love to say that like nobody cares what you think, and I'm like, no, that's not true. Like, people genuinely go to war. I've seen Reddit, I've seen Letterboxd. People go to war over these films. I love the colours. I didn't really pay much attention to the music. Who doesn't love Jane Russell and Marilyn Monroe? Maybe the best colours I've seen so far. Okay, so we're like halfway through this challenge now, which is crazy. Like, where is this time going? In honor of that, I thought I was gonna do a little like comedic genre mix up with Magic Mike. That was a dark movie. Hello? I thought Magic Mike was like, it's literally labelled as a comedy. I did not find much funny. Halfway through, how am I feeling? I feel like I've watched a really nice mixed genre. I'm enjoying this. I like now that in conversations I can say I've watched that to more things, because I can normally never say that. So I can now say that to 15 more references, and I quite like that, having that like in my armoury. I don't know if this is just a big coincidence or if like Magic Mike just gave me a kick up the arse, but I had like the run of all runs after day 15. The last half of this challenge, I was just hitting banger after banger after banger, like all of the iconic films. I mean, I should have known that the second half was like destined for greatness when I basically started it off with the film of all films.
It's all black. It's all black.
I had my reservations going into Interstellar because I watched it when I was like 14 or 15, and I don't think I was just like had the mental capacity for it. So I have kind of grown up, it's literally been like 4 or 5 years. I've kind of been not bothered about Interstellar since that moment. I just rewatched it and loved it. It was powerful. I had chills, I had goosebumps. I cannot believe like 90 years passed for Murph between like losing her dad and seeing her dad again. The fact that he then goes back out for Brett, like, really, really good story, but also just like heartbreaking because I can't even imagine like for him and for Murph that time warp. It does mess with my head. Also, the shots of space were so gorgeous. I really didn't underappreciate that film first time round. A wise Letterboxd review once said that girls that like Wolf of Wall Street are sexy and guys that like Wolf of Wall Street are scary. I like Wolf of Wall Street. I've watched it before and I liked it, and I liked it again when I watched it today. I do think it kind of strays from the point a little bit at the end. Like, I know Jordan is psycho, but him hitting Naomi in the stomach like floors me every time. I just don't understand it. I felt quite out of character, a step too far, some may say. It has a lot of strong points. It's just at the end I feel like it does kind of, I don't know. I got my eyebrows dyed, so you really cannot see them right now. Going into Pulp Fiction, I actually have watched a bit of it before, and I think I got bored. So I'm gonna go in with an open mind. I do remember enjoying the like cafe scene, like that was interesting. I don't think I got to the part where we got to the bottom of that, but I think I started switching off because it's like a long film. I just realised after a second watch I did finish that the first time. And I feel like the fact that I thought I hadn't actually speaks volumes for my enjoyment levels. I do know that Quentin Tarantino has so much hype, so I am like really wanting to love his work. But I couldn't look past just like, it felt really choppy. Where did Uma Thurman go? I just wanted more of Mia Wallace. Okay, I have to admit that I actually watched Parasite like 3 weeks ago on the plane, but I feel like it does need to be included because I know that a lot of people like really love this film, and I agree. Like, I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was like very thought-provoking in a way that wasn't like really in your face. I've always heard that Seven had a big twist, but I don't feel very twisted. It was twisted, but I don't feel like there was much of a twist. It was shocking, sure, that she was dead and delivered in a box, but I genuinely thought, what was his name, Mills, was the murderer, to be honest. I really enjoyed The Truman Show, like really enjoyed it. I thought it was really clever, and I loved the ending as well. I think the meaning behind that the two like security guard people just like switched to another channel, like this was such a big deal for Truman and the people involved, but for everyone watching it was just like another TV show. I think it's got good, like, strong, deeper meaning. I was really impressed, but I don't think that's shocking because everyone loves The Truman Show. Shutter Island was weird. It was cleverly done, and it did, like, the plot twist, it twisted me. I just was expecting a bigger plot twist because everyone raves about this film. I didn't actually know there was a plot twist coming, but when that was it, I was like, oh, okay. The Godfather is a really cinematic film. It is a really good film about pacing, and it has a lot of cinematic techniques that I really took a lot of inspiration and skills from. I really like The Godfather. I was just picking my movie for tonight. How did I know? Sorry, I've actually just had to repeat this. What? How did that blow her into that room? I was locked in for all 158 minutes of that film. It was so gory, like another level of gory. I don't actually think it's possible for the human body to shoot out that much blood from one gunshot, but it was gory and great. Incredible performances. Kerry Washington. It took me most of the film to realise that that is Olivia Pope. Jamie Foxx. Hello, why has he not been in everything ever? I feel like I could genuinely write a video essay on this film. It was a pretty good film. That's so impressive. Isn't this film like 50 years old? That was so fun. I have always had something against Star Wars for some reason. Like, not something against, but I remember the summer 2013, I was in Florida and my friend was watching Star Wars at the villa, and I was like, I don't like Star Wars. I was 7. How do I know if I would like Star Wars? The reason I tell that story is because I have had a lifelong prejudice, and this just took it all away. I really enjoyed that. That was fun. I might even watch the second one. Not in this challenge, but maybe after. I'm going to watch Inglorious Basterds, however you say it, today. And I watched Pulp Fiction and didn't love it. People said that this film is apparently Tarantino's best film. So I'm determined to enjoy. I have something to admit. It's actually not day 30 right now. It's still day 28 for me. I haven't even watched Inglorious Basterds yet. I just didn't have any other time to edit this video this weekend, so got ya. But the final clips of this video, this is where we part ways until I finish this film in like 2 hours. So that was insane. I can't decide if that or Django Unchained is more gory. I think maybe Django Unchained was better in my opinion. but I can see why people think it's his best. We are on the final film. When I was thinking, what do I finish on? I don't know why this came to mind, but Shawshank Redemption just had to be. It felt right. I am praying that we are about to end with a bang. Just finish the film. Cut the cameras, okay? Cut the cameras. Hey. Yeah, so like I wasn't really too bothered about that final film. Is that him? Oh my god, it's him. Like I've watched better. That film. You. But seriously, what better way to finish this challenge than with that reaction? That film, I don't think I can ever watch it again. The final film not only got such a big reaction out of me, but was my favourite film, maybe not even of just the challenge, maybe ever. I don't think I can ever watch it again, but I did really enjoy it. So there you have it. I just watched 30 films in 30 days. Going into this challenge, I really thought having a big budget is what made you a great film and is what made you entertaining. But I think this challenge has really proven that wrong right from the get-go with 12 Angry Men. I think this has actually really helped on my journey into this industry. Whilst I may not have had the most conventional takes on some of these iconic films, I still feel like I learn a lot from them. More than anything, I think it's really reiterated to me how much I love cinematography, because I feel like that is what piques my interest the most across all of these films. A beautiful shot, a really unique shot as well, is what really got me interested. That being said, as someone who screenwrites as a hobby, I also took a lot of inspiration from the scripts of these films, and some of the films I would sit and read the script whilst I was watching the film, and I feel like that was a really helpful exercise as well. As a side note, and somehow all of my videos always come back to AI, and I don't mean it to, but I actually think this challenge has really given me hope for the future of film. AI may be integrated into VFX or some other places of film, but I really don't think it can replace the heart of a human when creating a story. There's no way AI could have made me cry like I did last night. I think more than anything, this challenge has actually just made me way more excited to get involved with film, and I genuinely cannot wait to be involved in this process someday in whatever capacity that may be. I hope this video hasn't upset some of the film bros that much, and I hope I'm still allowed into the club, and if not, I hope you don't hate me too much. I've had a great time and would love to do something similar in the future, potentially with animated film, because I was so close to including Shrek 2 in this list. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.